Want to learn your target language for free? Then get our language gifts of the month right now before they expire. Here's what you're getting this month. First, the Renting an Apartment Conversation Cheat Sheet. Learn how to say, how much is the rent? How many bedrooms are there? And much more with this new PDF cheat sheet. Second, printable visual flashcards that'll improve your vocabulary. Want to speak more of the language? You'll need to learn more words. And with our new printable visual flashcards, you'll easily master over 1,500 words. Just download and print these flashcards out. Third, the top 50 marine animals and fish. How well do you know animal names in your target language? With this lesson, you'll learn how to say shark, whale, dolphin, and much more. Fourth, how to talk about your day in 20 phrases. If you can't talk about your day yet, this 1-minute lesson will get you speaking. You'll learn 20 must-know phrases, from talking about waking up and brushing your teeth to dinner and going to sleep. Fifth, looking for a new language learning app? With the Innovative 101 app, you learn language fast and start speaking in minutes because the audio and video lessons are just 3 to 15 minutes long. Learning is that easy. Download Innovative 101 for free for the Android, iPhone, and iPad. And finally, the deal of the month. If you want to finally master the language with lessons by real teachers and our complete language learning program, get 35% off Basic, Premium, or Premium Plus with the summer sale. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the lesson description below. Download them right now before they expire.
Welcome to Can Do Chinese by ChineseClass101.com.
大家好，我是李音如。Hi everyone, Yinru Li here. In this lesson, you will learn how to make small talk about the weather.
This is Karen Lee. She meets Jen Zhou, her neighbor, and starts a conversation by saying, "It's really hot today."
今天真热。
Listen to the conversation and focus on Karen's comment. Ready?
今天真热。
是啊，真热。
Once more with the English translation.
今天真热。
It's really hot today.
是啊，真热。
Yeah, really hot. Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Let's take a closer look at the conversation.
Do you remember how Karen says, "It's really hot today"?
今天真热。
First is
今天
today.
今天今天
Next is
真
really or truly.
真真
After that is
热
hot.
热热
Altogether it's
今天真热
literally today really hot, but it translates as it's really hot today.
今天真热。
Note when describing something in Chinese, you can think of the adverb as linking the subject and adjective. In this sentence, the adverb
真
acts as a linking word for the subject
今天
and the adjective.
热
Let's take a closer look at the response.
Do you remember how the neighbor says, "Yeah, really hot"?
是啊，真热。
First is
是
translating as yes in this context.
是是
Next is
啊
the modal particle, which here adds emphasis to the response.
啊啊
Together,
是啊
translates as a colloquial and emphatic yeah or yes in this context.
是啊，
After that, Chen repeats,
真热
really hot.
真热
Altogether, it's
是啊，真热
yeah, really hot.
是啊，真热。
The pattern is
今天真 weather-related adjective.
it's really weather-related adjective today.
今天真 weather-related adjective.
To use this pattern, simply replace weather-related adjective with another weather-related adjective. Imagine it's cold.
冷冷冷
Say, it's really cold today. Ready?
今天真冷。
It's really cold today.
今天真冷。
Let's look at some more examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
今天真热。今天真热。
今天真冷。今天真冷。
今天真暖和。今天真暖和。
今天真凉快。今天真凉快。
天气真好。天气真好。Did you notice I used a different pattern?
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
天气真好。
The weather is really nice.
天气真好
First is
天气
weather.
天气天气
Next is
真
really.
真
After that is
好
good or nice.
好好
Altogether, it's
天气真好
literally weather really nice. But it translates as the weather is really nice. This pattern is
天气真 weather-related adjective.
the weather is really weather-related adjective.
天气真 weather-related adjective.
Let's review the key vocabulary.
暖和
Warm,
暖和暖和凉快
cool,
凉快凉快天气
weather,
天气，天气。好，
Good.
好，好。
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say hot? 热，热。And how to say really? 真，真。And do you remember how Karen Lee says, "It's really hot today"?
今天真热。
今天真热。Do you remember how to emphatically say, "Yeah"? 是啊，是啊。Do you remember how Zhen Zhou says, "Yeah, really hot"?
是啊，真热。
是啊，真热。Do you remember how to say cold? 冷，冷。And how to say warm? 暖和，暖和。Do you remember how to say weather? 天气，天气。And how to say nice? 好，好。
Let's practice. Imagine you're Chen. Comment to Karen on how cold it is today. Ready?
今天真冷。
是啊，真冷。
Listen again and repeat.
今天真冷。今天真冷。
Let's try another. Imagine you're Mark Lee. Comment to your neighbor on how warm it is today. Ready?
今天真暖和。是啊，真暖和。
Listen again and repeat.
今天真暖和。今天真暖和。
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Ben Lee. Comment to your classmate on the really nice weather. Ready?
天气真好。
是啊，真好。
Listen again and repeat.
天气真好。天气真好。
外面 outside 外面外面 outside 穿上你的夹克，因为外面很冷。Put on your jacket because it's cold outside. 穿上你的夹克，因为外面很冷。里面 inside 里面里面 inside 大豆长在豆荚里面。Soybeans grow inside the pods. 大豆长在豆荚里面。左 left 左左 left 它在左边。It's on the left side. 它在左边。右 right 右 right 在下一个交通灯处右转。Turn right at the next light. 在下一个交通灯处右转。第一 first 第一 first 第一次总是最困难的。The first time is always the most difficult. 第一次总是最困难的。第二 second 第二 second 这是我这个月第二次感冒了。This is the second time I've had a cold this month. 这是我这个月第二次感冒了。第三 third 第三 third 广州是中国第三大城市。Guangzhou is the third largest city of China. 广州是中国第三大城市。肥皂 soap 肥皂 soap 每天用水和肥皂洗澡。Bathe with soap and water every day. 每天用水和肥皂洗澡。牙刷 toothbrush 牙刷 toothbrush 女孩正在用电动牙刷刷牙。The girl is brushing her teeth with an electric toothbrush. 女孩正在用电动牙刷刷牙。牙膏 toothpaste 牙膏 toothpaste 我们的牙膏用完了。We are out of toothpaste. 我们的牙膏用完了。洗发水 shampoo 洗发水洗发水 shampoo 再给我一点洗发水好吗？ Can I have a bit more shampoo, please? 再给我一点儿洗发水好吗？信息 information 信息 information 我从网络上收集信息。I gather information from the internet. 我从网络上收集信息。 农民 farmer 农民 farmer 中国有很多人是农民 There are many people who are farmers in China 中国有很多人是农民秘书 secretary 秘书 secretary 我的秘书做事有条理又细致 My secretary is organized and detailed 我的秘书做事有条理又细致银行家 banker 银行家银行家 banker 我在借到贷款买房之前见了10个银行家 I met with 10 bankers before I received a loan to buy a house 我在借到贷款买房之前见了10个银行家作家 writer 作家 writer 他是我最喜爱的作家因为他的书很感人 She's my favorite writer because her books are so moving 他是我最喜爱的作家因为他的书很感人尝试 try 尝试尝试 try 我想选择我从来没有尝试过的东西 I would like to choose something I have never tried 我想选择我从来没有尝试过的东西量 measure 量 measure 用尺子量2条线之间的距离 Measure the spaces between the lines with a ruler 用尺子量2条线之间的距离保持 keep 保持 keep 为了保持身材他每天只吃1顿饭 In order to keep in shape, she only eats 1 meal a day. 为了保持身材，她每天只吃1顿饭。等 wait 等 wait 游客等火车 The traveler waits for the train 游客等火車 Well done! In this lesson, you expanded your vocabulary and learned 20 new useful words.
Hi, 大家好，我是音如。Hi everyone, I'm Yinru. In this lesson, we'll talk about how to make comparisons in Chinese. comparing two things is easy and straightforward in Chinese. There is no change of word form, and there is one pattern that's always safe to use. Let's say you're comparing two places, place 1 and place 2. Here is how you do it. Place 1, 比, place 2. Adjective. Okay, the key word in this pattern is 比. 比 means compared with. So the literal translation of this pattern is place 1 compared with place 2. Adjective. Or in English you would say place 1 is more adjective than place 2. So remember to put the two things you're comparing on each side of 比. And the one who wins, the one who is more adjective, goes first. And followed by 比, which is followed by place 2. And directly after that, there's nothing in between. Use adjective. Okay, so again, the pattern is place 1, 比, place 2, adjective. That's it. So let's look at some examples. For example, you are comparing two Chinese cities. Okay, so in place 1, we use 成都. Chengdu is a city in the southwest part of China with all the spicy food. Okay, and place 2, we use Xi'an. Xi'an is in the northwest part of China with the terracotta soldiers. So if I say 成都比 Xi'an 大, I mean Chengdu is bigger than Xi'an. 成都比 Xi'an 大. All right, let's compare two cities outside China. Okay, so in the second simple sentence, place 1, we use 西雅图. 西雅图 is Seattle. Okay, and in place 2, we have 伦敦. 伦敦 is London. Okay, so far we know we're comparing Seattle with London, and Seattle apparently is more certain adjective than London. So what is that adjective? 雨水多. Well, technically speaking, 雨水多 is more of an adjective phrase. 雨水 means rain water or rain, and 多 means a lot. So 雨水多 means lots of rain or rainy. Okay, so 西雅图比伦敦雨水多 means Seattle is more rainy than London. Okay, 西雅图比伦敦雨水多. Now you should understand this pattern better, and you will be more happy to know that this pattern is not only limited to two places. Okay, you can use this pattern to compare any two things by using A, B, B, adjective. Okay, A is more adjective than B. So there you have it, a very common, useful, and fundamental pattern to make any comparisons in Chinese. Next, you're going to hear a dialogue between two friends. One is asking the other about his hometown. So while listening, I want you to pay attention to how the second person describes his hometown. Ready? 唐山小吗？唐山比北京小。Okay, once more, a bit slower. 唐山小吗？唐山比北京小。Okay, did you take note of how the comparison was made? Let's go over this dialogue line by line. The first line is 唐山, apparently it's a city name. 唐山小吗 is a question meaning, is Tangshan small? Is Tangshan small? So, while the second person first thought about it and made a thinking noise, which could translate to well, and then he made this comparison. 唐山比北京小, which means Tangshan is smaller than Beijing. Okay, let's just use TS for Tangshan is smaller than Beijing. Okay, so that's actually a pretty good answer because everything is relative. Is Tangshan small? Tangshan 小吗？ Compared with Beijing, it's small. 唐山比北京小。Okay, so there are, when comparing two places, there are other common adjectives you can use in our main pattern. So for example, we have 冷. 冷 is an adjective meaning cold. So if you say 什么地方比什么地方冷, it means certain place is colder than the other place. So for example, let's say 沈阳比北京冷. 沈阳比北京. Well, since we know the pinyin for Beijing, I'll skip that. 沈阳比北京冷 means Shenyang is colder than Beijing. Okay. Well, we can also use 古老. 古老. 古老 means old or ancient. In particular, any place or any object that's old. So be careful not to use 古老 on people. So let's say 南京比迪拜古老. 南京比迪拜 is Dubai. 迪拜. So 南京比迪拜古老 means Nanjing is older than Dubai. Okay, next one, the next adjective is 拥挤. 拥挤 means crowded. 拥挤. How about 上海比北京拥挤? Even though both cities are pretty crowded, but Shanghai wins this one, so let's put Shanghai first. 上海比 again 北京. 上海比北京拥挤. Shanghai is more crowded than Beijing. Okay, next is the one we know that's in our dialogue. 小 means small. So 什么地方比什么地方小 means certain places smaller than the other place. Like 唐山比北京小. 比北京小. And the opposite of 小 is 大. Okay, 大 means big. So we talked about 成都比西安大. Chengdu is bigger than 西安. So 成都比西安大. And the last one is also what we mentioned before. 雨水多 means rainy. 西雅图比伦敦雨水多. 西雅图比伦敦雨水多. All right, let's go over our adjectives one more time. 什么比什么冷 cold. And 古老 old or ancient. 古老. 拥挤 crowded. 拥挤. 小 small. 小. 大 big. 大 and 雨水多 rainy. Now it's time to review. Do you remember how to say small? Xiao. Xiao. Do you remember how to say Beijing? Beijing. Beijing. And how to say Tangshan? Tangshan. Tangshan. Now, do you remember how to say Tangshan is smaller than Beijing? Tangshan 比北京小。唐山比北京小。Do you remember how to say big? 大。大。And how to say cold? 冷。冷。Do you remember how to say rainy? 雨水多。雨水多。Do you remember how to say old? 古老。古老。And do you remember how to say crowded? 拥挤。拥挤。Well done! In this lesson, you've learned how to make basic comparisons in Chinese. That's it for this lesson. Thank you for watching. I'm Yinru, and I'll see you again on ChineseClass101.com. 再见。Hi, 大家好，我是李音如。Hi everyone, my name is Yinru Li. In this lesson, we'll talk about how to give simple directions in Chinese. First, you hear a dialogue. A student is asking for the directions to get to the library. I'm going to read the dialogue, and while you're listening, I want you to focus on the response, on how the directions are given. Ready? 图书馆在哪里？往前走，然后在路口右转。图书馆就在你的左边。Okay, one more time, a bit slower. 图书馆在哪里？往前走，然后在路口右转。图书馆就在你的左边。Alright, did you get what the directions were? Can you find the library? If not, don't worry, we'll go over the dialogue one by one, line by line. Okay, first is our question. 图书馆在哪里? This is asking, where is the library? Okay, 图书馆在哪里? Where is the library? Okay, so this is a standard way to ask where some place is at. Okay, first is the place you're looking for, and then 在哪里 at where. 图书馆在哪里? And then let's look at the response. Okay, the response has 3 sentences. Okay, first sentence, 往前走. 往前走 means go forward, go straight. 往前走，然后在路口右转。Literally, it is, and then at intersection, right turn. 然后在路口右转。In the English order, it would be, and then turn right at the intersection. 然后在路口右转。Okay, and the last part. 图书馆就在你的左边。图书馆 library 就在 it means right at or just at or on 你的左边。In this case, it would be on. It would be right on your left side, which sounds a little confusing. Let's say the library will be just on your left side, right there on your left side. You won't miss it. 图书馆就在你的左边。Okay, now let's suppose we're just walking on campus trying to find the library. So let's see if we can find it by following the directions. Okay, so you are here, you are this person number 1, matchstick man number 1, and you're here. And you want to find the library. Now let's follow the directions, see if we can get there. Okay, first step, 往前走. So you're here. 往前走, so it's in this direction. 往前, 前, 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 前. By the way, in China, we walk or drive on the right side of the road. So we're following the traffic rule and we're going forward. 往前走. Okay, then we get to the intersection, 路口. 然后在路口右转, so you need to turn right. 右转右. Okay, and the third step is 图书馆就在你的左边. At that time, the library will be on your left side. So it looks like location number 1 should be the library. You got it. You found the library, 图书馆. Okay, so the directions one more time. 往前走, 然后在路口右转. 图书馆就在你的左边. Okay, so this is how we sort of follow the directions from this dialogue. Next, let's try to give directions. So let's say there is a matchstick man number 2. He's asking for your help. And this person wants to get to 超市. Okay, 超市 means supermarket. So on this map, 超市 is on location number 2. And our little guy, number 2, is here. So how does he get to 超市? Let's walk him together, okay? First step, he needs to go right. 往右走. Okay, 右走. And 然后在路口 at the intersection. So if he's going this way, okay, at the intersection to go there, he needs to turn right. So 然后在路口右转. 超市就在你的左边. Okay, so all together, 往右走, 然后在路口右转. 超市就在你的左边. That's how you get to 超市. Okay, let's try one more. We have a matchstick man number 3, and this guy wants to go to a bank. Bank is 银行. And on this map, 银行 is location number 3. So he is here and he wants to go here. So how do we give him the directions to get there? First step, 往左走. He needs to go left. Okay, 左走. And he will also get to the intersection 路口. 然后在路口 he needs to turn right. 然后在路口右转右 and 银行就在你的左边. Okay, so all together, 往左走 go left. 然后在路口右转 and then turn right at the intersection. 银行就在你的左边. The bank is just on your left side. So with the other 3 examples we have so far, we can come up with a pattern, okay, that will give you many more directions, okay? We can also use 3 parts. First part is 往, direction, 走, okay? 往means toward, okay? 往 and 走 in this case means go. 走. And for the direction placeholder we have, so far we have 前, 往前走, 前 means front or ahead. So 往前走 means go forward, go to that direction, 往前. Okay, and we can also say 往左走 means go toward left, or 往右走, go toward the right. Okay, this is our first part. Our second part is 然后在路口 right or left 转 Okay, 然后 first word 然后 is a conjunction word meaning and then. This is very useful. You'll hear it a lot either in everyday conversations or formal language. 然后 and then. Next word is 在 in this case means at, as in 在路口 at the intersection. 在 Okay, we know 路口 is intersection. And this word, last word, 转 is a verb meaning turn. 转 So you can say 然后在路口右转 or 然后在路口左转 either turn right at the intersection or turn left at the intersection. Okay, the third part, place, the place you're looking for. So in our lesson, we've talked about 图书馆 library, 图书馆 and 超市 supermarket, 超市 and 银行 bank, 银行 Okay, so we'll put these places first, the place you're looking for, and then 就 is an adverb that's putting emphasis on what you're saying. So it can be loosely translated to just or exactly, precisely. Okay, and 就在 will be right at or right on in this case. 你的 means your, 你的 边 means side, 边 so 你的右边 your right side or 你的左边 your left side. So if I say 就在你的左边 or 就在你的右边 it's putting more emphasis like you won't miss it, it's right there. Place 就在你的右边 or place 就在你的左边. All right, now let's try to use this pattern on given directions to another place. Let's say you're looking for or you're given directions to a coffee shop. 咖啡店. Okay, 咖啡店. How do you get to the coffee shop? First, you go left. And then at the intersection, you will turn right. Coffee shop, 咖啡店, is just on your right side. So how do you say that? 往左走，然后在路口右转。咖啡店就在你的右边。There you have it. Now let's review. Do you remember how to say front? Qian. And how to say go? Zhou. Do you remember how to say go forward? Wang qian zhou. Do you remember how to say turn? Zhuan. And how to say turn right? You zhuan. Do you remember how to say intersection? Lu kou. And how to say at the intersection? Zai lu kou. Do you remember how to say and then? Ran hou. And do you remember how to say, and then turn right at the intersection?然后在路口右转。然后在路口右转。Do you remember how to say side?边 And how to say left side?左边 And how to say your left side?你的左边 Do you remember how to say on your left side?在你的左边 Do you remember how to say just? And how to say library?图书馆 Do you remember how to say the library is just on your left side?图书馆就在你的左边。图书馆就在你的左边。And lastly, do you remember how to say go forward? And then turn right at the intersection. The library is just on your left side. "往前走，然后在路口右转。图书馆就在你的左边。往前走，然后在路口右转。图书馆就在你的左边。Well done! In this lesson, you've learned how to give simple directions in Chinese. That's it for this lesson. Thank you for watching. I'm Yinru, and I'll see you again on ChineseClass101.com. 再见.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is how to start conversations, talking points for language learners. How do you start a conversation in a language that you're learning? Believe it or not, it's actually very easy to do. And in this lesson, we'll give you tips and resources to get you speaking more of your target language. You'll discover 1. Talking points for language learners, 2. The top 5 ways to start a conversation, and 3. Resources to help you master these talking points. But first, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Renting an Apartment Conversation Cheat Sheet. Learn how to say, how much is the rent? How many bedrooms are there? And much more with this new PDF cheat sheet. Second, visual flashcards that'll improve your vocabulary. Want to speak more of the target language? You'll need to learn more words. And with our new printable visual flashcards, you'll easily master over 1,500 words. Just download and print these visual flashcards out. Third, the top 50 marine animals and fish. How well do you know animal names in your target language? With this quick lesson, you'll learn how to say shark, whale, dolphin, and much more. Fourth, how to talk about your day in 20 phrases. If you can't talk about your day yet, this 1-minute lesson will get you speaking. you'll learn 20 must-know phrases, from talking about waking up and brushing your teeth to dinner and going to sleep. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. How to start conversations. Talking points for language learners. Starting a conversation can be intimidating for most people, even in their own native language. So it's understandable if you feel even more intimidated starting a conversation in another language. But if you do want to speak more of your target language and get more practice, that's exactly what you'll need to do. Have conversations with native speakers. Part 1. Talking points for language learners. The good news is starting a conversation in another language is much easier because 1. Native speakers will realize that you're learning and will go easy on you. And 2. You don't know enough of the language to worry about saying something clever, and that's totally fine. So you can easily start with basic phrases. So, how exactly do you start a conversation? You'll need something called a talking point. A talking point is simply a topic or a thing to talk about. For example, weather's a very common talking point. You can say, "Nice weather today," to someone and start a conversation from that. And after that, you can ask them where they're from or talk about the city, like, "Wow, this is a great city," which is another basic talking point. And now you have a conversation going, all from a simple talking point and a simple comment about the weather. So, what are some common talking points? Let's get into part 2. Part 2. The top 5 ways to start a conversation. Again, a good thing about having conversations in another language is that it's okay and natural to focus on simple topics for a while. So, here are 5 easy ways to start conversations in your target language. And if you're already learning with our language program, then you've already learned some of these within your first few lessons. 1. Introduce yourself in your target language. Sometimes, starting a conversation or continuing one is as simple as introducing yourself. You can also use this if you've started with a different topic, like the weather. Then it makes sense to say, "By the way, my name is..." You'll learn how to introduce yourself in the very first lesson of our program. 2. The weather. People talk about the weather all over the world, so you should learn weather phrases in your target language. Just saying, "It's really nice today," is enough to start a conversation. If you want to talk about the weather, check out our Can Talk About Weather learning pathway. This series of lessons teaches you how to talk about the weather in your target language. 3. Compliments. Compliments are a great way to start a conversation. You can compliment something about their city, their country, or something about their culture. 4. Ask for help. So, for example, you can ask for directions about the price of something and let the conversation go from there. These are very basic phrases that you learn in our survival phrases lessons. And 5, learn phrases for transactions, like getting a room at a hotel or telling the taxi driver where to go. These are very easy ways to start a dialogue, and you can easily move into other topics. Again, you learn all of these with our survival phrases lessons. Of course, these are not the only talking points or icebreakers you can use. If you can think of more, go ahead and use them. Which one would you use? Leave us a comment. Now, how do you actually learn the language around these talking points? Part 3. Resources to help you master these talking points. First, take our lessons. If you haven't yet signed up for a free lifetime account to our learning program, you can do so now. In every lesson, you learn a basic conversation, like the weather, introducing yourself, asking for directions, and more. And this gives you all the lines you'll need to start and continue a conversation in real life. And if you want to find lessons related to a specific talking point, like the weather, you can find them in our lesson library. Second, use our conversation PDF cheat sheets. These cheat sheets are a quick summary of our actual lessons and give you the must-know phrases and vocabulary for topics like family, weather, travel, getting directions, and much more. Third, come up with a list of phrases and questions you'd want to use in a conversation, and then ask your Premium Plus teacher for translations. Or use an online translation tool, although that may not always be perfect. Either way, you'll have lines that you can use to start conversations. Fourth, use our free vocabulary and phrase lists. There, you'll find hundreds of vocabulary and phrase lists across all kinds of topics: holidays, common phrases, phrases for weather, phrases for restaurants, and much more. So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about the 7 skills you'll need for language mastery. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! You're learning a language, but here's a question. Do you actually remember what you've learned? Or do you forget everything a day later? If you're forgetting everything and not making any real progress, it might be because you're missing a crucial part of the learning process, the actual practice and assessment. For that, you'll want the assessments inside our learning program. And in this video, you'll discover 1. How to access the assessments and start practicing. 2. How you'll learn faster and remember everything. And 3. How you can get your language assessed by native teachers. Let's jump in. 1. How to access the assessments and start practicing. First, what are assessments? These are multiple choice and teacher-graded exercises that test you on what you've learned so far and give you a chance to practice your language so that you don't forget what you learn. If you're learning with our language program, then you automatically get an assessment after every couple of lessons. This is to make sure you're practicing and retaining the language. If you haven't tried the study tool yet, sign up for a free lifetime account and get access right now. You'll find the assessments inside our recommended learning pathway. 2. How you'll learn faster and remember everything. So after you've completed a few lessons, you'll get a quick multiple-choice assessment that tests you on all the words and grammar rules you learned. Answer the questions the best you can, and you'll get instant results showing you what you got right and wrong. That way, you'll know if you've remembered anything, and you'll know what your weak points are. But there's more. Just by taking these assessments, you're improving your memory. That's because you're using a science-backed learning method called active recall. Active recall is where you try to recall or remember without looking at the answer, and in doing so, you strengthen your memory. Plus, you get to practice and use the language that you've learned, instead of letting it fade away from your memory. 3. How you can get your language assessed by native teachers. You also get hand-graded assessment exercises on speaking and writing, which are graded by our team of native teachers. With these assessments, you can submit a recording of yourself speaking or submit a piece of writing, and our teachers will assess your skills and give you feedback. Getting feedback from a native is one of the fastest ways to improve your language skills. Remember, you'll find our assessment exercises peppered throughout our recommended learning pathway. So, if you want to start learning the language with our learning program and make sure you remember everything with these assessments, sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Want to learn and speak more of your target language? You'll need to learn more words, and you can do that with printable visual flashcards. So here's how you can learn over 1,500 words easily with a free printable resource that boosts your retention, keeps you focused on one word at a time, and makes learning fun. In this video, you'll discover 1. How to get our printable visual flashcards for free. 2. How you'll learn words and phrases even faster. And 3. 5 ways to learn with the flashcards. First, what are visual flashcards? Visual flashcards are our printable flashcards that teach you 1,500 words across 60 topics. All words come with images and translations for easy retention, and they're an easy way for beginners to boost their vocabulary. So, how do you get them? How to get our printable visual flashcards for free. Just click the link and sign up for a free lifetime account to our learning program. Our learning program teaches you the language through audio and video lessons, study tools, and one-on-one access to a teacher. These visual flashcards are a free supplemental resource for anyone interested in learning. Once you've signed up, check your email to confirm your account and download the free visual flashcards. Then, print out the PDF files, cut out the cards, and start learning. How you'll learn words and phrases even faster. Learning words can be difficult. If you're learning on your phone or computer, you have tons of notifications and distractions competing for your attention. You can also overwhelm yourself by learning too many words at once and forgetting them all. So, how can you learn faster? Our visual flashcards are a physical resource, which means there are no distractions, and they're right in front of you, unlike an app that's buried somewhere in your phone, so you can easily start learning. You get one word per card, so you can focus on one word at a time. No distractions, no giant word lists, just one word at a time, which takes a second to learn. All cards include the word in the target language, the translation, and a picture to help the meaning stick better. And you can easily run through the cards and test yourself until you remember each and every word. With visual flashcards, you learn 1,500 of the most common words, which means you don't waste time learning words that aren't useful for beginners. 5 ways to learn with the flashcards. Once you've downloaded and printed the flashcards, how do you learn? 1. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes and pick out 20 cards. Spend the first half reviewing the cards and the second half testing yourself on the meanings. 2. For the words that you struggle with, keep them in a separate pile. That way, you can focus on just the hard words and skip the ones you know. 3. Since the words are separated across 60 topics, you can focus on one topic at a time and keep at it until you're done with all 60 topics. 4. Place the cards on the objects they represent around your home. Or 5. Turn it into a game with your friends. Have them quiz you on the words. Pick which way works best for you and learn with our visual flashcards. So, if you want to boost your vocabulary and speak more of your target language, download our visual flashcards for free right now. Just click the link and sign up for a free lifetime account to our learning program. Since you're learning the language, do you also learn while you're on the go, like on the way to work or on a walk? Do you put small blocks of time to productive use? If not, here's how. In this video, you'll discover how to learn a language anywhere, anytime with our free app. Second, you'll find out how to learn 2 times faster with study tools. Third, how to test your language skills. Fourth, how to learn with your own teacher. And fifth, how to get free bonus language lessons just for watching this video. So let's jump in. 1. How to learn a language in minutes, anywhere you are. First, download our innovative 101 app for your iPhone, iPad, or Android. Just click the link in the description to download it and sign up for your free lifetime account. Once you're in, we give you one clear pathway of lessons to follow. Just press play on a lesson and you'll absorb a practical conversation. You'll also learn all of the words and grammar rules in minutes. Yes, in minutes, because lessons are just a few minutes long, which means you can easily learn the language while you're commuting to work, going to the store, or while out on a walk. You can put that time to productive use. 2. How to learn 2 times faster with study tools. If you're a serious learner and want to succeed with the language, check out our study tools to help you master words, grammar rules, and conversations even faster. Just scroll down in the lesson to access the tools. You can understand the conversation in full with the line-by-line audio and the translations. Review the key lesson vocabulary with the vocab list. And master the grammar with our in-depth lesson notes. 3. How to test and practice your language skills. You also get assessments after every few lessons to test you on what you've learned and give you the chance to practice the language. You'll find assessments peppered throughout the learning pathway, and they'll only take a few minutes to complete, which means you can easily do them while you're out and about. You get results instantly so that you know what you've mastered and what your weak points are. 4. How to learn with your own teacher on the go. If you're a Premium Plus member, you can also learn with your own teacher. Just visit My Teacher inside the app. There, you can interact with your teacher, practice writing, ask questions about the language, send audio and video recordings of yourself speaking the language, and get corrections and feedback. All of this through the app. 5. How to get free bonus language lessons. Since you've watched this far, here's a free bonus that many users don't know about. We release 3 to 5 new lessons a week, every week, non-stop, and they're free for 3 weeks before going into our lesson library, which means you can learn the language for free and get new lessons every week with our innovative 101 app. How? Just open up the menu inside the app and tap on Newest Lessons to unlock them. So if you're not yet learning a language while you're on the go, here's your chance to turn those small blocks of time into something productive. Download the Innovative 101 app for your iPhone, iPad, or Android. Just click the link in the description. Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.